Hello, hello! Welcome to the show. SykoYoda here with another adventure in Minecraft. And today I wanted to show you some things I've been working on down here by my huge mob trap. Got this area here which we'll show and talk more about in a little bit. I just want to orient you where we are here in my island abode. This is the old school mob trap that I built, and I use that quite a bit for farming for XP and dynamite and whatnot. In fact, I'm going to be making a lot of dynamite here very shortly for another project. Still working on eating the carrots. But I had these extra spots on both ends. You saw that one there, and then I had this one over here that I had all blocked off. And I told you guys I had been made a what are these, chorus fruit farm. Well, this is the farm right here. It's a 5x5, so you can grow 25 of them at a time. And if you come up here, you can see a bit of a sky bridge area that allows us to come in here and chop down the fruit itself when we need it. You very easily get 25. In fact, I get more than, so I'm not going to bother chopping all of these down right now. I'm just going to go ahead and get a couple here. But as you can see, you get quite a good range of it. Now, I think I could make this a little bit taller, just based off of how it's growing, and get more of the seed thing, this stuff out of it to make it a little bit faster or what have you. But it works well enough. This is another axis. This is how you get into here. And then you see how we got some pistons here with the end stone on it. So we just come down here and flip this lever, and all that stuff, and a big lag spike happens, comes flying down into this collector section here, and it all goes into a single chest. And the chest can be found right there. Probably still some stuff coming in there. We're going to go ahead and grab some of these here, and we'll replant them. And then I have one furnace here that I can have stuff cooking while I'm sitting here, using the XP farm or what have you. Now this is close enough to the XP farm itself that I don't seem to lose mobs too much in that system. So if I'm even just using it just to collect drops, it still stays pretty active and stuff doesn't despawn while I'm over here tending to this. I can't say the same for the other side, and it is actually further away in segments from the center. So this is basically one more chunk on this side of the slime chunk right there. That'll just grow as such. It stays fully loaded. So you got that chunk, this chunk, the center chunk, which is where this is all at. And then the stuff comes into here, no problem. And then another chunk for the slimes. But on this side, we have more than just one chunk. It's actually a chunk and a bit, like a chunk and a half. So if I'm over there chopping down trees, the stuff will despawn that's in there. I got it set up, though, for a whole bunch of farms of such. And the stuff that's over here is always loaded. So it does pretty well. The further you go this way, though, the trees will grow, but if I'm over here cutting them, this stuff over here is going to despawn. So it works okay. I got mushroom pads. I can bone mill them and grow the big mushrooms here, no problem. I've got vinage, and it doesn't, continue to move around or cover anything else. It's all segregated just to those blocks there, and I can harvest that pretty easily. And then I got these two pads here that you can grow a 2x2 tree or a singular tree on, and there's two of those. There is some complication. I cannot grow these ones, the spruce. I can't grow a 2x2 spruce in here. It's not high enough for that. I can grow jungle trees, though. It doesn't seem to be a problem. They are a bit stunted, but it doesn't take like an absorbent amount of bone meal to get them to that point. And then I got 6 oaks here in a row that I can come in and chop down pretty quick. I actually had this extended to 8, but it was too close to something, and I have a feeling it was this over here. It kept on catching them on fire. I'd come through the portal, they'd be completely grown. Go use the mob trap, come back over here, and there'd be like 1 or 2 stumps left because everything had burnt down. So I went ahead and opted to move those 2 out. In the long run, it's not gonna cause that much of a difference. As you can see, I got tons of stuff in my inventory. We'll get to what that is here in a second. But I wanted to show you real quick the redstone underneath the chorus plants. This is the old access tunnel I used to dig out this whole section down here. There's one of the beacons hidden up in that section right there. I think I might do something for beacons here soon. Maybe make some kind of a gold farm or something. I'm having some issues with materials. Okay, so got a little bit of storage left back here, but there's not really anything in it. Some stone, that's about it. A little bit of glass. Should probably come back for that at some point, but we have everything hooked up to that one lever in the front here, and that lever is, let's see here, that block right there, right below the ice block, and then there's a block, and behind that is a torch connected to it to make this one hot all the time, and then everything branches out from that, and it's just a whole bunch of repeaters in redstone pulling signal through, and then all of these blocks that are standing up like this is the pistons right above them, and that is the same for this step as well. So nothing too fancy or spectacular about it. The one thing I'd like to note is if you made something like this for yourself and you want to reduce the lag, use the repeaters that are in here, and I have them set out so that the segments are going at different times. There is some overlap, but not near as much as there was if I just left them all on 0 ticks or 1 tick. And it's a lot easier for the Realms server here to handle that situation. Now I'm going to head over towards the end because WaterBear was on earlier today, and he says he's starting to work on an ender farm. So I've got a whole bunch of supplies on me for that. I was going to help him out with that as best I can. There is one situation or complication with that, though. The kind that he is making, I know nothing about. He said that it has to do with endermites and a minecart. Now, this is probably something that's common knowledge at this point for you all, but I have no clue what that is. So I'm going to meet you over there, and we'll see if we can't find where he's building it. He said that he got the path out to where he wants to build it completed before he goes, or not completed, but got a path out to where he wanted it to go before he went. And then I'm going to bring some supplies out and maybe work on that a little bit. So seeing this pathway kind of makes me want to do something with it. Now that we are in the end and have killed the dragon, it would make sense for me at least to do this diagonal section onto this here in some sort of end coloring or what have you. I think maybe using the purpur and end stone in combination, they'd look really well together. They go flawlessly together, in fact. Maybe use that in some fashion to finish off this tunnel. It would be a fun little project, a really fast, easy project to do. This is where we're set up here. See if it's nighttime. It is. I'm going to go ahead and sleep here just in case I lose my stuff by going off into the void. I'm close at hand to come back here and recoup. It's the only disadvantage of being as far away as I am from the center point. Everybody is much closer to where they need to be to get things done. I think I see some water over here. Okay. Is this an actual tunnel underground? It is. Oh, I was going to put the water above it. He's already got that done. Let's go ahead and pop down here and see. So I'm assuming this goes basically to the pad. Where is the actual tunnel for it? How do you get into it? Huh? I'm confused. This is the tunnel, but it doesn't look like it actually has a tunnel that connects it to the spawn point. Right? I mean, that's obviously a tunnel. Where's... I'm gonna just dig straight down here. Okay. No, it's hooked up. Wow, I'm just blind as a bat. Absolutely blind as a bat. That is hilarious. So he's already got the tunnel in place altogether. What does he have over here? He's got an ender chest, and a chest, and a workbench. Looks like all that stuff could probably be moved this way. Let's go ahead and head to the end and see if he's got any platforms set up. Well, that's a shame. I was going to help him do the water and everything. He'd been busy at it, working fast, very fast. I wonder if he's going to put in some packed ice so we can get down this tunnel a little bit faster. I suppose you could just put a rail cart system in. That may be the cheaper route to go, especially if you've found yourself one of the mine shafts, abandoned mine shafts. Oh, he's not completely done with it yet. Okay, I will continue on with this then. Working on this for him. Okay, and then he wants to go out this far to the pad. This is the end, or let me see. Well, you can't see anything out at this point, so this is far enough to get to where we need to go. I'm going to go ahead and set up a chest right here and drop all of this stuff in it. I brought some pumpkins with me just in case Endermen start becoming an issue, and we'll keep that on me. I also brought some end rods for lighting. I thought that would be appropriate considering where we were at. Some extra food and some extra chests. Okay, I'm gonna go grab that workbench. Actually, I'll leave that workbench there and make that a little bit more prettier. We'll get this kind of spiffied up a bit, and when I come back, hopefully we got something that looks kind of cool going on and a little bit more polished, being as this comes directly to where we need to come in and out of, or where we come in and out of the end. We know we're going to see this right away. Might as well spend some time making it look a little bit better. Alright, I think I got a basic idea of what I want to do for the tunnel here. Very, very simple, but being what it is, I don't think you need to put a lot of time and effort into it. I even got some lights in here with the, what are these called? End rods, and I just need to verify that water can be against them, because this isn't any higher down there, so the water will be up against these guys. So as long as they don't get flushed away by water, we should be good to go. I don't know if they act like torches. I mean, I know that they don't act like torches because of the way the placements work. And I do know that if you take a block away, they stay in place. So that would tell me that water doesn't affect them, but I need to find out. We also got a way out. If you just basically go that direction, right behind that pillar is the way into the portal there. And I went ahead and put it at this level so that way Endermen can't bother you. But I understand that if you're down here, they can still teleport in. It's just a little bit of extra safety. These are all 2.5 or 3. No, these are all 3, so they could potentially come in here as well. And then we come down here and it goes to the very, very short area. I went ahead and just left a double chest here and the stuff that was over here. I also understand that if we respawn the dragon and she comes over this way, there is a chance that she'll destroy all of this. We've already spawned the dragon 2 extra times, or 1 extra time, so we have an extra portal, teleport portal thingy. If you can see over there in the distance, there's 1, there's 2. Aside from needing more dragon's breath, I can't think of a reason why we would actually spend our time doing the dragon fight again. It's still really monotonous and boring. I'm going to stop with this here, though, because I don't know if Water Bear made this wide for a reason. There's 5 wide here. So I need to wait to talk to him about that to see if I can continue this pattern all the way down. If there's no reason it can only be... if there's no reason to only... What am I trying to say? If it's okay to be only 3 wide, then we can continue this all the way through. If he needed it 5 wide because there's some kind of mechanic that I don't know about, or he has some kind of concept in mind for such a wide path, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and go with that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and just leave that as it is, and then come back down here and finish off the water and the top part here. I need to check to see if these end rods care about water or not, but because I don't know the placement of it, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just pop one of these out. Boom. And boom. Nope. Dang it. So that doesn't work. So we're going to have to change what we did. I guess we'll just have to put torches down the center, like Water Bear has here. He spammed the heck out of those torches. Man, they're close to each other. Is he worried about stuff spawning? Because it can't spawn in the end. The only thing that can spawn in the end is stupid Endermites and Endermen. So, well, dragons. That too. Well, I've pretty much done all I can do for this until I get hold of Water Bear and see what he wants to do with it. So we'll have to wait for him to get on to finish this up. But I think he's planning on being on it later this evening. If not, we'll get to it this weekend. So by the time you see this, I think we'll have it good and going. I got a room set up for the enchanting table and a whole bunch of chests in here. The idea behind that is to have a place to put enchanted books. And then on this side we got a place for sugarcane and a whole bunch more chests. The idea behind that is majority of that storage would be for ender pearls, and then maybe at the end here we can do some leather, some paper, and then some books or something like that. And then we've got, you know, the basic necessities over here as far as that's concerned. I even went so far as to make a room down here to put in a full-fledged beacon. That way we can have regen in here while we're working on things. We don't have to worry about running out of food or whatever. Something to be added as we go. I'm going to leave it full of water right now so Endermen don't spawn in there. And then the top of it, as you I'm sure saw a little bit of, is all covered in water. And I left a little bit of a lip on this end to put out the whatever pad he needs or whatever to do the Enderman trick, Endermite trick. Hopefully I didn't screw anything up by doing what I did, but I think this will work for the 2 rooms. Hopefully that's what he had in mind when we talked a little bit about it, and we'll see how this project completes here in a little bit. And that, I guess, is how you build an Enderman farm. So new principle in place that I've never seen before. Obviously, I don't need the levels. I'm just showing you how well it works. You can, because of the new swipe mechanic, actually get this completely empty. I'm the only one on the server at the moment, and I can still empty it out, like so. But it comes back pretty quick, and as you can see, I'm still picking up XP. Also found out through this that if you're picking up XP, it actually goes fairly quick with this until level 50. And then level 51 is ridiculously hard to get, so basically don't bother going past level 50. That's just my take on it. You guys saw what I had built on camera. We've got a few adjustments to that because WaterBear came up with a good idea to add things to it. I honestly didn't know if you could bring animals into the end. He brought some mushrooms over, so we have mushrooms, and then he wanted to get wheat for them. That gives us everything we need to make books right here on hand. He also added in a third row of this to really get things kicked up. And then everybody kicked in supplies to get this thing all kick-started. As you can see, we've already got quite a bit of time spent here. I don't know where they started after that. Let's see here. Nobody's been filling in anymore since. Quite a bit of time spent here. I've gotten at least a double chest worth of ender pearls. I brought them back to my base and started stashing them in different places on my island, so they always have some close at hand if I need them. There's also been a lot of book enchanting going on. And along with that, we brought over a lot of lapis. Everybody kicked in on that because we all had plenty. Those are WaterBear's elytra in there. And we got together and got enough supplies to start off with a whole bunch of books over here. So with how few people are on the server, it should be good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed the making of this and how everything went with that. It was pretty fun doing everything. I wanted to show you real quick how this kind of works here. For those that don't know about this, although I'm guessing everybody knew except for me, essentially, there's not much difference in the build for the trap itself. You still go up, I think it's 43 blocks or something like that for them to drop. But the difference that we've got here is at the very top, there is a minecart in the center above the hole. And inside of that minecart is a endermite. And endermites effectively work like villagers do for zombies. I guess the endermen go running towards them and they want to attack them. Any possible way that they can, they're going to do it. And that's the reason for this working the way it does. It doesn't require any pistons or redstone, which means a heck of a lot less lag for the server. And the response time from it is even faster because as soon as they spawn, they start running towards him and drop down. So you don't have the tick lags or any of that stuff from the redstone. It works really, really well, as you can see. And because of this new mechanic where you can do the swipe, you get XP very, very quickly. 0 to 30 is stupid fast. Like a few minutes is all, and you're good to go. But that is pretty much how that works. I don't actually need the XP for anything. It's just quite frankly fun to come in here and bash the crap out of Enderman. I want to get some more pearls stashed away anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. We also finished up the tunnel, as you saw. Did some pertifications of it. If I say one more time, I'm gonna slap myself. And the only reason he had made it that wide is he just didn't want it to feel claustrophobic. The only thing that he said was necessity was this, and I already knew that. He could have done an extra half block, he just didn't think about using half slabs, which would have been a little bit less material, but let's face it, you can glitch through half slabs pretty easily. Another issue we ran into, which I think I caught on video, was Scree getting out of the cart on here while she was putting down the tracks, and it teleported her through into the void. You cannot do that. If you get stuck on the tracks, you need to push that cart along or break the cart with you in it. Do not get out of the cart because you will go into the void. So that's kind of a dangerous place to be. There is a chance that you can effectively lose your stuff if that happens. And I'm sorry if it does. You're SOL, just like anybody else would be if I happen to do it too. The biggest concern you would have really is somebody leaving a minecart on the track. But I did a dry test on that. Put a cart down the track and it went the whole direction by itself anyway, or the whole length by itself anyway. We put the powered tracks close enough together that it doesn't seem to be a problem. So I think that'll work for that. Along with that, we would need to put a ender chest back here. Water Bear took it because it was his and he didn't have any more. Which means that I should probably spend some time working on a blaze farm at some point, because I know that blaze powder and blaze rods are becoming more and more scarce. Simply because the only way we have been getting them is through that main section that has where we kill the wither at. I have the ghetto farm, which most people don't know exists, or if they do, they don't know where it is. And I can't say I blame them, it's really hard to get to. So we're going to do something with the blaze spawner that is at the spawn pad for the withers, and then that should make it easier for everybody to get those. Now that you need them for potions, it makes sense to make sure it's a little bit more accessible for everybody. So we'll do that, but we're going to do that in the next episode, probably a couple episodes from now. The next episode, I want to get some more done on the main island, and I have an idea for a couple other projects. I also want to go look for elytra here fairly soon, so hopefully that happens pretty quickly. As usual, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget that like and subscribe if you enjoyed my video, and I hope to see you in a future one as I continue to create, explore, and talk about things here in Minecraft. I'll see you next time.